He told us, niece, it's Christmas Eve. I know our life is not your style. She said, Christmas is like solstice, and we miss you, and it's been a while. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground the best that they were able. Just before the meal was served, hands were held and prayers were said, sending hope for peace on earth to all their gods and God their say.
Hey Gender Chat, it's Nicole here, and this week's topic was chosen by Keenan, and there were two possible questions, and I picked the question about holidays, the question reads, what are the holidays like for you? Do you spend them with relatives or chosen family? Do they know about your genderqueer identity? Do they respect your identity? And what is your favorite holiday dish was the bonus question. The holidays are very intense and emotional for me for several reasons. My family is, this is not just my immediate family, but also my extended family is very religious, and they're Christians, of course, and so everything that they do around the holidays revolves around, Christ being in Christmas, and, more, they do, the humanitarian type of thing around Christmas too, which is nice, with their church and stuff. And unfortunately, we differ in I guess not unfortunately, but, we really differ in our belief systems. I don't really have a belief system per se. I consider myself an atheist. I just, I don't have, I don't attach meaning to Christmas the same way that they do. Because of that, I see a lot of negative things about the holiday season, especially when it comes to consumerism and just people putting emphasis on the wrong types of things. And for me, when I go and hang out with, my extended family, I feel a little awkward, or very awkward most of the time, because I can't be honest completely or myself completely. And I know that's not an uncommon thing in general, but I feel like I have to always censor myself. There's certain subjects that I have to avoid. And just my family is really into being appropriate. So I certainly don't fit into that type of thinking. And so I have to adjust to be around them. Otherwise I feel very awkward and judged, I guess. And I also have another layer too, because about 9 years ago, when I came out as liking women, it was a really painful coming out experience. I was outed, and it wasn't, I wasn't really ready for that, and I didn't have a lot of answers, and wasn't emotionally ready to handle rejection from my family like that. I was very young. So I guess around the holidays, I feel so guilty because I feel like I have disappointed my family in some way by being or deviating from the entire view of the entire family. Especially, I respect a lot of my family members. We're different, but I certainly respect them a lot. They're overall good people, kind. But when it comes to the view of gender, sexuality, polyamory, religion, the list really goes on and on about the things that we deviate from each other in thought process and our view of the world. So I always have this tinge of guilt when I see them, because I feel like such a disappointment to them. But I think it's important to be honest, even though it's hard, and it would be easier for me to just kind of conform totally to what they wanted. I do really value honesty. So I've talked to my mom, and I haven't talked to my dad directly, but it's kind of our relationship works with a mediator best. But so I'm sure she's talked to him and my grandmother about being genderqueer, which was not easy for me. It was really uncomfortable. This was just in the last year. My mom understood it to a certain extent, I thought, but she was very confused. She said her reaction after I went through the whole what is genderqueer, what does it mean to me, etc. She basically said, what's so bad about being a woman? Which obviously is not how I feel about it at all. There's nothing wrong with being a woman. I just don't identify with being a woman. I identify with being, gender neutral. So anyway, and I went out to my grandmother. She cried and basically just said that, presenting as opposite gender was like weird and gross, and just, she just couldn't handle even looking or talking or being educated at all about it. It always went back to religion and the Bible and scriptures and etc. And, I'm glad we communicated and had dialogue about it. I really am. But I held back a lot with my grandmother because I just feared her rejection, how she would react. I don't want to lose my relationships with all my family. So I'm still working on that, but good news. The last few times I've seen my family, just Thanksgiving, this was this past holiday extravaganza. But the last few times I've seen them, they were kind to me. They were warm towards me. My mom really seems to kind of see me differently now. I'm not really sure what that means or what. I just feel that she looks at me in a different way. I think she's definitely done some research on being genderqueer since I've talked to her about it, because I noticed that she's a lot more sensitive about the subject and doesn't make me feel weird about not matching my assigned gender perfectly at all. So I guess to conclude, the holidays are very intense and very emotional for me, and that's why I dread them. And I hate being so pessimistic and like a downer about the holidays, but this is just my own personal reasons why it's not my favorite time. But I am finding new ways to celebrate. Amanda and I got a tree. She convinced me to get a tree, my girlfriend. And so I decorated the tree with her, and that was really fun. Some traditions can be fun, and so I'm finding new ways to celebrate the holidays and trying not to get wrapped up in, the terrible parts of it, which are the consumerism and kind of annoyances dealing with, religion that I don't connect with, being just freaking everywhere. So I guess that would be my conclusion on the holidays. My favorite holiday dish for the bonus question is broccoli cheese casserole, which is disgusting. It's basically cheese whiz and frozen broccoli and, butter. I don't know. It's literally the worst thing you could possibly probably put in your stomach. And it's like fake processed shit, but it tastes good to me, to my vegetarian stomach. So I guess that would be my favorite. It's kind of a guilty thing, and I only have it around my family. I would never make that. But anyway, so that's my holiday experience. Please tell me yours. Do you guys ever feel awkward around your family? Is your family accepting? I'd really love to hear your thoughts on this, because I know I struggle with this at this time of year, being happy, because I do feel, so disconnected from other people's experiences of the holidays, which seem to be more positive. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. See you later.